Do you need a custom designed t-shirt made for any occasion and you don't know where to go? Well, you want to call D2G Screenshots, owned by my good friend John Olam. John specializes in direct-to-garment printing. You can put anything on a t-shirt that you can take a picture of. You just snap it, send it, and wear it. No design is too hard for John. John will fix your t-shirts up in a matter of days and have it back to you. Whether it's for your business, whether it's for your community organization, whether it's for your girls' night out, whether you've got a motto or a theme that you want the world to know about, John Olam and D2G is the place to go. In fact, he's been doing the Cussing Pastor t-shirts now for a number of years, so I strongly recommend him. Call 279-0434. That's area code 901-279-0434. John got you.
Memphis and the surrounding areas, Regroup Upscale Thrift Boutique has opened in the heart of Frazier. We carry many name brands ranging from various sizes and styles, with new arrivals of clothing, accessories, gift items, and more, with pricing starting as low as $3. All the proceeds help empower the Husband Institute Boys Mentoring Program. So come and shop at Regroup Upscale Thrift Boutique, located at 3754 North Watkins. Great prices, great people, great products.
Come on and get a table at my big birthday bash at the very beautiful La Place Ballroom, 5841 Summer Avenue. We're going to have a ball, a complete table for 9 for just $450. That's $50 per person. I want to see you March 31 as I turn 66 years of age. Boy, it's going to be off the fucking chain. You know, eating is one of the things I love to do, and soul food is one of the things I love to eat most. And when I'm looking for soul food, just like you need to go to Shop and Save in South Memphis. I don't give a damn what part of town you live in. You need to go to 1499 South 3rd. I'm so damn glad I'm here to cut this commercial. Look, I'm gonna get me, hello, it's so much here. I'm gonna get me some of them candy yams, some of them beans, some peas, some greens, some baked chicken, some of them wings, some of them turkey legs. Hell, I'm gonna get all of it. You can get whatever you want to eat. In fact, if you need breakfast, they serve breakfast from 6 until 10 o'clock each and every day. And if you brothers need some of that thing that keep your thing working, this is also a place that you can pick up your erector. You know, I ain't supposed to have no sweets, but don't tell nobody. They got cheesecakes, all kinds of cakes. Ooh, my favorite, banana pudding. Shop and Save, 1499 South 3rd.
Hey guys, don't forget about your bedroom therapy. It comes in coffee, honey, and capsules, and it works every time.
Come to Shop and Save, Memphis' best soul food.
It's about to be prom time, graduation time, grooms and brides. Don't you want to ride in style on your special day? Then ride with three-way limo service. They are bonded and they are licensed. Three-way limo service gives you all that you need: safety, reliability, comfortableness, and style. Whether it's the presidential Cadillac limousine or the Beast, or it's the party bus. Yes, whether it's your church event, whether it's your school event, whether it's a jump off at the concert, or are at the casino. Three-way limo is the only way to travel. Call them right now. 901-584-7277. 901-584-7277.
I need a bad girl.
All right, this is the one you've been waiting for. This is the one everybody's been talking about. This you guys, DJ Superman. This is the original one I do on the radio on Hot 107.1 with Dr. Harrington. Get the hell out of my office. You want it? Here we go.
Tell you. Raise it. Tell you. Loosen. Tell you. Raise it. Tell you. Loosen.
Some guy comes up to my office with a contrived media stunt, demanding that I come out, and he's very nasty to my staff. How do you think I'm going to feel? Do you think I'm going to be pleasing for him to be in my office? No. I meant just what I said. He needs to get the hell out of my office. 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 He needs to get the hell out of my office.
I need everybody's attention now, yeah. Ladies, I need you listening. Yeah. Fellows, I need y'all listening too. Listen now. March the 31st, West Love is going to be down in Memphis, Tennessee. I said March 31st in Memphis, Tennessee, West Love will be in the building for the Cussing Pastor's birthday bash. I don't want you to miss it, so call your mamas, your grandmamas, your aunties, and all your cousins. Tell them that girl in them red boots is on the way, and I don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now.
Come celebrate Thaddeus Matthews, a.k.a. the Custom Pastor's 66th birthday. Friday, March 31st, 8 p.m. at La Place Ballroom and Events Center. Starring Wes Love, Summer Wolf, O.B. Buchanan, Miss Jody, Stan Butler, and the PC Band. A star-studded 66th birthday celebration for the Custom Pastor, Thaddeus Matthews. Friday night, March 31st, 8 p.m. at La Place Ballroom and Event Center, 5841 Sycamore View in Summer, right behind Church's Chicken. Tickets are $40 general admission, $50 at the door, $66 VIP, $450 for a table of 9. Tickets sold for last December's show can be used as general admission tickets. Tickets on sale at 901 Furniture, 7215 Winchester Road. Shop and save, $14.99 South 3rd and Parkway. Or get them online now at CussingPasture.com.
If you wanna know what's Thaddeus, if you wanna grow, ask Thaddeus, he will let you know, yeah. What's Thaddeus? It's the Thaddeus Matthews Show. He's not afraid to tell the truth. He is the one that will inform you about all those jokers that are doing wrong. You cross the line and then it's on. Sometimes the other news don't get it right. They don't get it right. But Daddy does his homework every night. What's local news, world news, national news? He's gonna keep it tight. For the people he will fight.
And just when you thought it was safe on a Thursday evening, it's not. Good evening. How are you? How in the world are you on this Thursday afternoon? Hoping that your day has been a simply blessed and marvelous day, and that you are feeling good, you're motivated, and you're ready for the rest of the day. All right. I am Thaddeus Matthews for Those of you who maybe have living under a rock and you don't know who I am, and you are now on the most controversial show on the internet that's anywhere. Patricia Hagen's on my page. Shut the fuck up. All that little small talk and stuff. That ain't necessary. If you ain't talking about what I'm talking about, then I will dismiss you to go to somebody else's room. Okay? Oh God. I ate some snacks because I was too lazy to get up and go get something to eat. Mel is out of town for several days. So I ain't got no, I had neck bones last night, and I don't do leftovers well. So I started to get up. Don't live real far from Chowtown. I started to go there, and the new Tops Barbecue on Hacks Cross. I was there yesterday. So I haven't had a full course meal. I might go cross over to Olive Branch when I get off there and go to Dodgers and give me some of them chicken wings or chicken drumettes or whatever you call them. But I don't do. All right, Patricia Hagen's. Bye. I don't do what's it, that Ubers and stuff. Because they'll leave your shit on, they don't even ring the doorbell. They just leave your shit on the door. And I just don't do it. But I'm a little tired tonight because I've been working on several projects and really trying to get this birthday out of the way. And Mel went out of town, so I'm alone until about Sunday. But I will survive. Join me at 12 noon tomorrow at Shop and Save, $14.99 South 3rd for the ticket sales. I'll be there in person. So you can come and buy your tickets. If you want to go online tonight, all you got to do is go to www.cussingpastor.com. Cussingpastor.com. Okay. All right. Let's get started. I don't know why I just got sleepy. All of a sudden. And and I've noticed the melatonins that I'm taking out because I have insomnia. And I'll take 2 or 3 melatonins. And I've noticed that I'll take the melatonin and I won't get sleepy until 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Hey, Selena. Let's talk about some things on tonight. And I have started a new thing for Fugitives. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. But A Plus Bonding wrote me a nice check. And I got about 8 of their
fugitives, and I'm going to call their names out and see if we can catch it with the indemnitor. That's also the person that signed the bond. So we're going to do all that tonight. But there's been complaints all day about New Park Cemetery on Swanee Road. Now, there are two locations to New Park Cemetery. One is down on Horn Lake, and the other one is on Fields Road, up in that area of Boxtown. And this cemetery didn't just get the way that it looks now. I can remember when I was working at the funeral home 7 days a week. That's my days in the 90s at N.J. Ford and Sons. I worked there all day and some nights into the night. Damn, I'm sleeping. That hit me all at once. I've been sitting here working, sipping, and I ain't sipping no alcohol. But I've been up since about 5 o'clock this morning, and I ain't did my old man's nap today. I usually get me a nap in for about 2-3 hours every day, but I did not have it time to do it. But let's talk about from grave to the grave, from the graveyard to the fugitives on the run. The graveyard, that's where they bury the dead. Put a piece of rock over your head and put your name on the tombstone. And that's our last hoorah, the funeral. Folk gonna cry at the graveyard. Oh, I've seen some things. As I told you, I grew up in the funeral business. And I was going to the grave at one time every day. Because when I left Ford, or when me and Harold Ford fell out, I left Ford knowing that there are conditions in the funeral business that people just don't know. Damn, I got to check on Gramps this weekend. He buried there. He ain't got up and left, baby. He's still there. His remains are at the cemetery. Did you hear what I said? What's left of you, the remains, the outer look of you is there, unless the bugs and the groundhogs and stuff like that, it's done ate you up. You know, you do know that no matter how well you seal a casket, that them vermins can get into the casket and have your loved one for a meal. That's the reason so many raccoons and things are so fat. They've been down in the graveyard, and your loved one has been a 5-piece snack pack. Yeah. since you want to talk about my mama is buried there, well, okay. Okay. But do you know exactly where your loved one has to be? I think not. If you go into New Park Cemetery, let me ask you this. Why do you go to New Park? Anybody got, you know what? I like to hear from somebody that's got a loved one buried on Swanee Road. Now, you do know Swanee Road is the discount grave for New Park. They have 2 cemeteries.
Power on. Connection successful.
Thank you, Colin. Because I've been taking 3 of them melatonins. That's the reason I'm so sleepy in the daytime. Woo! Okay. I'd like to hear from somebody who got a loved one that's buried. And the grave didn't just now get in bad shape. In 1994, when I left the day-to-day, every day, of going to the graveyard, New Park on Swanee Road was bad then. So it ain't got no better. But I looked at the pictures that y'all had of the cemetery today, and it's horrific. Horrific. That's the reason you always hear me say that I want to be buried where the white peoples go. Yeah, I don't want to be buried out there where you Negroes go. I don't want to go to New Park Cemetery, Horn Lake either. I want to go out there at the Memorial Park where they cut the grass. They ain't got to take the backhoe and roll across your mama them. That's why I want to be. Bury me with the white people. Bury me under a tree. And y'all do know that when you pick out a hole in the cemetery, you pay for location. Yeah, if you want to be buried by the lake and see the fishes in the little lake, that costs you. They don't just put a hole together and you go in the hole. You pay for that. Yeah, I want to go where they cut the grass. I remember going to see my great grandmother. She died when I was 14 years old, so you know she's been gone a long time. Oh, who is this?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yes, who is this?
This is Bessie.
This is who? This is who?
This is Bessie.
Bessie. And what can I do?
Bessie?
What can I do for you, Bessie?
Yes.
What can I do for you, Bessie?
Well, you guys said that anybody that had a loved one that on foot, you said.
Ma'am, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Okay, listen to me. You got a loved one buried in New Park on Swanee Road?
Yes, my mother.
How long your mama been there?
8 years.
Why did you pick New Park on Swanee Road?
Well, we lived in, at that particular time, we was living kind of close by, and I didn't want to put in that other one over there they got. So I thought that was they had just now opened up that one when they put her in there. So it was pretty much nice.
No, it's been no longer than 8 years, baby.
I know it had, but it was pretty much cleaned up, and they were doing some things, and they put her like in the front.
They put your mom in the front?
Yeah, like when you roll up, that big old sign saying what it is, and she's kind of like right up in that area.
Uh-huh. Have you went by and checked your mama's grave recently?
No, last time I went, I was in October of last year, but I hadn't been back since the year they came in.
So, let me ask you this. Why was that particular cemetery picked? Because it was close to the house?
Yeah, it was kind of close, and then I didn't want to be traveling to go way crazy somewhere to try to go keep a grave up, put flowers and stuff on there, and I didn't want to go way out that way. So I took a choice to go down on Twin Road. And then I knew the lady that was the office, that works in the office, she stayed downstairs from me.
Okay.
And now her knowing me, she kind of gave me a little discount. It wasn't much, but it helped it.
How much did the grave cost you, baby? 8 years ago.
Okay. Well, for that little box they said she had to go in, that was like $150 then.
Yeah,
and then the grave I picked was $950.
Okay, $950, and you had to get a concrete. You had to get a concrete box.
Yeah.
Put your mama's casket in the concrete box.
Yes.
And the concrete box is supposed to be like a vault, and to keep your mama's grave from sinking. So you paid $100 and some. That grave probably about now is probably about $1,100-$1,200 in 8 years. And you put it in the concrete box.
Yeah.
You go to the cemetery often to visit your mama?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay.
And when I go, I video. You know, sometimes I get on live, and sometimes I just take pictures, and I also have a nephew. He's in the same grave. He's like 2 rows over from my mother, but it's his grandmother. But he's like 2 rows over from her. So I have a nephew as well there that I do go see when I go see my mama.
So it's just a family affair at the graveyard.
Well, only them 2 as we have.
Mm-hmm. So you've never seen any deplorable situations at that cemetery?
No, because every time the one in Boxtown, every time I go there, it's nice, it's clean, and then I don't have to go way down deep in there. Like I said, when she pulled up in there in that drive where that sign said the cemetery name, she's right there in that front, so I don't have to go deep down in there.
Okay. Well,
it's pretty much okay.
You do know your mama ain't there, right?
Yes. Well, my mama, I don't know what happens after the ground. Once we leave?
No.
No.
You do know that your mama ain't there. Her remains is there.
Oh, yes. Yes. She informed me a long time ago before she left here.
What she tell you, Bessie?
That only her remains going to be there, but her soul going home to glory.
His soul going back somewhere, baby. We don't know whether it's going.
Yeah.
We don't know whether it's in glory, because according to Scripture, ain't nobody in heaven yet. You do know that, don't you? Even though they say walk around heaven all day, ain't nobody walking around heaven yet. We're in a place called paradise right now. Your mama in paradise. My mama in paradise. My peoples and all of our peoples is in paradise. But I'm glad that you have not had a bad experience at New Park Cemetery. Bessie?
I couldn't hear you.
I said I'm glad that you have not had a bad experience at the New Park Cemetery. What
Well, I'm glad too.
What funeral home had the body?
Ford on Parkway. He has all our funerals. We do have deceased in our family.
Who?
We have all of us.
Who?
Ford, N.J. Ford.
N.J. Ford. Okay. Yes.
On Parkway.
Yes, I worked at N.J. Ford many a day. I took a whole lot of folks' mamas to New Park, but I wouldn't go up in the grave because I didn't like getting my shoes muddy. And if it rains in New Park Cemetery, it's a mud field. I've watched pallbearers try to take their mama to the hole, and they fall in the mud. I don't go. I wouldn't go. I sit there and say, the grave is right there. Take your mama and put your mama there, and but people will be falling in the mud and stuff at the cemetery. All right, Bessie. God bless you, baby, and you keep on listening here.
I tune in, and thank you, and I love you, Pastor. I listen to you every night.
Well, thank you, Bessie. I appreciate you listening to me every night. You coming to my party?
Yeah, I love you, Pastor.
Okay, baby. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Bessie. Bye. Bye-bye, Bessie. New Park Cemetery has been muddy for years. And y'all go to the cemetery because it's cheap. Now, 8 years ago, a cemetery at $950 was cheap. Now, where I buried my mama is in cemetery. Right, she ain't far from me. Over here on Hacks Cross. It's owned by the white people. Memorial Park owns it. I can't think of it now because I want to. Right here off of Hacks Cross and Holmes. Opening and closing, my mom will be dead 7 years on the 20th of April. And I paid 19 something for the opening and the closing of the grave. And if you don't know what the opening and the closing of a grave is, that's when they dig the hole, put your mama in there. They got to put the dirt back on top of your mama. South Winds, that's it. Yeah. And Southwood was so nice. It was the white people that several years ago at the church gave the church three graves. Because the white folk wanted to go to the other Memorial Park because It was too many niggas coming to Southwoods, and I donated, gave all 3 of those graves away. But your remains is going to be in the grave a long time. You need to know, if you care something about your remains, or you know something about your loved ones. Man, I looked at the news this evening and I saw that lady with the green dress that was just a crying about her mama's grave. And you'll notice that when you go to the white people's grave yard, that yes, the backhoe has to go over there, but they got wood so that the tractors don't disturb the graves. They run all over your mama and them. They do. They tear up the headstones because the people that owns these cemeteries know you ain't nothing but a nigga. And you gonna come to their grave yard anyway, cause it's cheap. Do you know that you pay more for a grave on Saturday than you pay for a grave during the week? Yeah, I gave about, and then there was a black guy that opened up a cemetery and gave me about 5 or 6 graves for advertising. I don't know what happened to that deal. But there are black-owned cemeteries. I know of 2 black-owned cemeteries. One of them was named Dustfield. You know, I want some flowers in my grave. You know, some fertilized grass. You know, I don't want to be buried in the dust. Yes, Tony knows, graves on the weekend cost more money. They pay the graveyard people extra for Saturdays. But that's the day that black folk want to have a funeral. All the black folk, see, we gotta wait for Auntie to get here from Chicago. Every nigga got some folk in Chicago. So you're waiting for them niggas to get here from Chicago. Damn if you got some folk in California. So you need to understand some things about the funeral business. You need to know that the markup on caskets are normally 60 to 75 to 100%. Most of you don't know that you do not have to get your casket from the funeral home. You can go to Costco's and Walmart and other places that sell caskets. And the funeral home, by law, cannot refuse your casket. They can't refuse it. So, you know, you go online. So I go online here. I wanted to go into the casket business. I wanted to sell, Garland, I wanted to sell some caskets. But I did talking too much. And a couple of undertakers heard that I I was trying to get a deal with a casket company out of Texas. Because I was going to sell caskets. I could make a killing pulling on words right here in Memphis. See, I could go, all right now, let me look up something for caskets. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm looking at some caskets now. See, I'm looking at caskets that will cost you $6,000 at the funeral home. You can get for $2,500, and I'm talking about a solid red cherry wood casket. Some of y'all done put y'all mama in the rose casket. You know, with the rose on there. And they'll charge you $5,000 at the funeral home. You can get that casket for $1,395. Okay. You can get the going home casket. The going home casket was a casket that we sold a lot to the people that didn't have a whole lot of money. We sell that casket for about $1,200-$1,400. That was a cheap casket, but we could get that casket for about $500 or $600. Okay. Yeah. But if I could get me, see, here's what my idea would be with caskets. I don't need a whole lot of storage place. All I need is a catalog. Okay? Order your casket. Have your casket delivered to you, or you go pick up your casket. Understand that a funeral home cannot refuse. They don't want you to get your casket from anybody but them, because the casket is the biggest expense of a funeral bill. The other thing you look for on a funeral program, on your contract, when your loved one is going on, is the service charge. When you walk into white funeral homes, Memphis Funeral Home, Memorial Garden, the service charge is going to be damn near $2,000. Okay? Service charge. Removal of the body from the house or the hospital. Okay? Bathing your mama. Combing your mama's hair. Embalming your mama. And white folks, if y'all gonna have a funeral the same day or the next day, you ain't got to get the body embalmed. But black folk, y'all gonna have to have y'all mama them embalmed, because y'all know y'all ain't gonna have a funeral till next week. If she died this Monday, 9 times out of 10, Y'all ain't gonna have a funeral this Saturday because you got to get all your peoples together. And so y'all gonna have a funeral next Saturday. Then you got to make sure you got some insurance. Okay? I hope y'all learning something tonight. Y'all wanted me to do open conversation talk about the grave. Don't buy a grave in a cemetery that's going to rush you from the scene. Listen to me. Listen. You want to see your mama lowered into the ground. Not only that, you want to see the dirt. Touch your neighbor and say dirt. You want to see the dirt put on top of your mama. New Palm Cemetery back in the day. They had a guy that worked at New Palm Cemetery. You know them flowers that y'all have at your mama's them funeral with them green stands on them? Well, what we would do at Ford back in the day, this guy, after the funerals on Saturday, you know, they throw your flowers away, will get all the green stands. We get your green stands. We had some green paint, spray paint, at the funeral home. We had a guy by the name of Darryl Bell that would sell you a flower. Get the stands, sell them to the florist. Some of y'all want to be cremated. That's nice. That's nice. You want to be blown up? I used to have a advertisement for a funeral home, $6.95, and go straight to the fire. If you're going to do a straight cremation, you don't need to be embalmed. Straight cremation. You ain't going to have no funeral service. All that. Take you straight to the oven and cook it right there. See, but we as a race don't make preparations for dying. Don't let any funeral home. I know on the ticket here in Memphis. Was using the Potter's Field like it was his own cemetery. Run over at Christian funeral home. See, that's the reason now in the county cemetery, they don't allow a funeral procession to go into the cemetery. Because the county believes that if your loved ones can pay for a funeral, they can get you a grave. Okay. But Ron was taking families into the county cemetery. And see, in the county cemetery, you can't put no flowers. You can't put no headstone. They give you a little round plate with a number on it. Remember that number, because that's all that you can have in the county cemetery. I remember, you might have heard this story. I remember we would let at Ford, when I was there, we let them that was going to the Pollard's field, wait till we get 2 or 3 out there. That was for the big one trip, or 2 or 3 trips. I remember girl that I went to school with, we had buried a guy, and I ain't telling you what I'm thinking, I'm telling you what I know for fact. We had buried this guy in a blue going home casket. It said going home. We buried him, we had his funeral on a Saturday. He was going to the county cemetery. We rolled him to the back, took his ass out of that casket, dusted off, put it out there, and a girl, I went to elementary school with her, name was Peggy Garner. Her mama died, mama or her dad died. And we sold her that same casket all over again. So don't tell me what don't happen. When you take your loved one to the cemetery and you cut a deal with the owners of the funeral, of the, not the funeral home, but the cemetery, tell them that you're not going to bury your loved one there if you cannot stay until your loved one is properly buried. Evil eyes are giving out some wrong information. A power of attorney is no good in death. Okay? A power of attorney is no good when somebody dies. You lose your power of attorney when that person dies. Terry, what happened to the dead person? We put him in a cardboard box. A shipping crate is what we call it. And we took him out to the county cemetery. There is no lowering device at the county cemetery. I went out there and I asked the guy, I said, man, I got 5 bodies. And see, that was a great big hole that you can put 10, 20 bodies in. I said, man, you ain't got no lowering device. How am I gonna put these bodies in the grave? He said, Thaddeus, pull those bodies to the edge of the hearse with the door open. Bag back and hit your brakes. So I did what the man at the cemetery said. I pulled the bodies, I think about 4 or 5 of them. Opened the door and pulled them down to the edge. Bag back to the grave, make sure I didn't bag off into it. Hit the brakes hard. And all of the bodies came tumbling out of the hearse. Sure did work, man. That sure did work. You have a right to stay at the cemetery. Okay? If you're paying for the grave, see, undertakers will rush you too. Especially if they got more than one funeral going on, and they're trying to get them cars to the next family. No. When you make your arrangements, you want to see your loved one buried. And here's the best thing. You go like to New Park or in Horn Lake, they got the gazebo. You on a graveside. Because, see, they get you to go to the gazebo, you leave, then the graveyard peoples, they take the casket to the grave. And you don't know if they're taking your mama and putting her in that hole and selling that casket back to the funeral homes. Woo! Don't tell me it don't happen. The graveyard people. Everybody gone. You get your $200-300 for this casket. Throw some dirt on them. And you won't even know. Your mama just laying down in the ground. Ain't in no casket. Just laying in the mud. And you won't know the difference. Galilee. Those bodies stacked on top of each other. After the old man died and his son was over the cemetery, they just started stacking bodies on it. Y'all didn't know the difference? They put that body up there on the Lord's device. Look at that hole. Look and see how deep that hole is. If that body is 10, 20 feet deep, they like to do the veterans. Now the veterans, military cemeteries, they put bodies on top of each other. My auntie that raised me is in a grave with her husband, his first wife, and then her. They dig the holes deep enough, knowing that the other grave, he has a surviving spouse. They put hay on top of the casket, and when they get ready, the next body die, they dig down to the hay and then put you on top. That's what they do at the VA. Y'all be sending me something to my Cash App for this lesson I'm giving y'all tonight. $ Naked Truth Ministries. This happens. I grew up in the funeral industry. I grew up in the era at Ford where Ford paid homicide detectives to give us the address and the next of kin of folks that got killed. Then me or Edgar Miller will go and knock on your door. Or back in the days, Harold Ford, the congressman, would knock on the door. And see, Harold wasn't going to lose because y'all was so y'all so glad the congressman came in your house. It's called body snatching. Body snatching was very popular here a few years ago. Get your business in order before you die. Plan your funeral. Beast mentality, we don't stack on top of each other. Stop believing everything you hear. Beast mentality, you a motherfucking lie. Tell me who you work for. Or you can call me. Beast mentality. Yes, you do stack. And it's a common practice in the military cemetery. That's where you have two names on the headstone, because both bodies are buried there. Dumb motherfucker. Tell me what funeral home you talking about. Plan your funeral. Pick your own casket. You're going to be in it, your remains are going to be in it for a long time. Pick it. veteran cemetery do that beast mentality, call me, motherfucker. Beast mentality, veterans cemetery does it. Why do you think, stupid motherfucker, that when you go to a veteran cemetery, more than one name is on a headstone? It's because there are more than one body there. Yes, they do. Yeah. They bury you on top. When there is a survivor and they know you're going to the coming there, and why not? It's free. Why wouldn't you go there? Put my money in. I'll bet you, motherfucker, $2,500 right now, motherfucker. They are not buried side by side. I bet you $2,500 right now. My pastor passed away about 3 months ago, and he preached his own eulogy. Recorded, he definitely had his business in order. Beautiful homegoing will most definitely have minds in order. Get your business in order. Go to the funeral home. Every funeral home by law must give you a price list. Listen. By the laws of the Federal Trade Commission, every funeral home has to give you an itemized price list. You need beast mentality. I'm tired of you. Bye. Shop around. Unless you have a family funeral home that you normally use. Shop around. If you have a loved one in hospice and you don't know what funeral home you're going to use, go to the funeral homes and get you a itemized price list. If you got insurance, and let's say you have several life insurance policies, do not take all of your insurance policies to the funeral home. Okay? Let's say you got a $100,000 funeral life insurance, $250,000, $50,000 life insurance, and a $10,000 life insurance policy. You figure out in your mind what it is that you want to spend on a funeral. Maybe it's only you won't spend $10,000. Leave them other insurance policies at the house. Because if I'm sitting there at the desk as the funeral director, and understand the funeral director, I don't give a shit about your loved one. This is a business. Again, a funeral home is a business. I'm sitting there, and you got 8 insurance policies. While you talking, I'm scooping out your insurance policy. Here's one for $100,000. Can we go to the showroom? Let me show you what we have. We're gonna go to the showroom. I ain't taking you over like to the cheap caskets. I'm taking you to the expensive caskets. And I'm gonna make you feel bad by looking at the cheap caskets. Your mama was a great woman, wasn't she? Yes. Your mother only loved the finest, didn't she? Yeah. She went to Sunday school and 11 o'clock service every Sunday. Yes. She was a pillar of the community. Yes. A lot of people going to be here to see her. Yes. What I recommend for you, and it's your choice. But let me show you this full couch Batesville 18 gauge casket. Oh, that's so pretty. Feel it, that pillow. See how soft that pillow is. Hold it. This is where your mama gonna raise, is gonna have a head for eternity. This casket comes with a rising and lowering mattress. We can elevate your mama up, or we can lower your mama lower in the casket. This is also a sealer casket. You see this rubber around here? That means that once we're through viewing your mom and we lower it down on this rubber and we go to the end of this casket, we're going to put a key in the end of the casket and you're going to see us crank it. And the more we crank it, the suction of the airspace is going to lose. That means that when we bury your mama and we put her into the wet ground, won't no water or moisture get into the casket and rush the decomposition of your mama. In fact, probably in 5-10 years, if you had the desire, you could pull your mama out and your mama would be as intact as us placing her in the casket today. This casket is only $85.95. And what I'm going to do for you, because y'all are some nice people, and I think this is what your family deserves, I want to throw in the flowers. I want to throw in the casket spray and 2 end pieces. In fact, don't you tell my boss. But I'm going to throw you an extra limousine in there. Oh, Mr. Matthews, thank you so much. Look, don't forget about it. I'm sorry. My condolences on you with you and your family. Let's go back to my office and we write all of this up and get you on your way. I was good. Because I made 10% of the funeral bill. Let me tell you something. You pay all that extra money, and here's what the funeral director is able to make you do. Make you feel guilty. Your mama being in a vault, your mama being in a silver casket means nothing. She dead. She ain't coming back. And you ain't going out to the cemetery to dig her up and check her. You look all right, mama. Clink. These are the games that are played in the funeral business. The profit in the funeral is high and has to be, because you see a funeral home with a whole lot of cars. They don't own them cars. Okay? They don't own their fleet. They lease all of those cars. And some of them cars cost $600, $700, $800 a piece to lease. Hearses, limousines, flower cars. So we need you to pay for this funeral. How do you think MJ Edwards got rich? Back in the day, y'all was signing over your houses to pay for the funeral bill. Okay. All right. I will open up the funeral lines, phone lines. I'm gonna take care of some business, and then I got these fugitives. Let's see. I want to do the fugitives first. What time is it? 8:21. I ain't got no wife tonight, so. This is the advertising service that I'm starting for bonding companies. Got one right now that wrote me a nice check tomorrow. This has never been done. I'm waiting for Michael Dockery. Gaylon, Mike didn't get me the actual pictures. I got the pictures on the papers. Did I try to call this person last night? If y'all appreciate the lesson that I gave y'all tonight, go to the Cash App. Don't forget tomorrow at 12 o'clock, I will be at Shop and Save selling tickets for my big...
The person you are trying to reach is not accepting calls at this time. Please try your call again later. La persona con la que intenta...
Yes, may I speak with Elise Mickens, please?
Who?
Elise Mickens.
I'm sorry, you got the wrong number.
I'm sorry, sir. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you know the whereabouts of Montario Tony, Montario Tony, and Tamika Granberry, you signed this bond for $13,500. You are now on the stick for the entirety of the look at some. Yeah. $13,500. He has not been to court. He's a fugitive. There's a warrant for his arrest. The law says, according to annotated code 39-15-414, it is a crime for someone to knowingly harbor or hide a known runaway. So criminal charges can be placed against you if you know Tamika Granberry. Last address is 880 Rutgers, Rutgers 38106. born 210 76. You may be the mother of this criminal who's wanted for aggravated assault, convicted felon in possession of a firearm, burglary of a motor vehicle, unlawful carrying or possession of a weapon, theft of property, 1,000 or less, and evading arrest. If Miss Tamika Granberry, if this is your son, A Plus Bonding Company is looking for your son. Okay? And if you got a job, they're going to garnish you your check. Okay? Yeah. He probably didn't give a shit about you, no way. Don't give a shit about him. Plus, they'll give you a reward. You want that 13.5 off of you? Call A Plus Bonding in the morning. Y'all be hoping I get somebody on the line, don't you? I couldn't. I'm trying to reach Catherine Hazlett. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
I'm trying to reach Catherine Hazlett.
I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I'm so tired of this damn phone. What's wrong with my phone?
Huh? Is this Miss Hazlett? Miss Hazlett, they gonna lock your ass up. Miss Hazlett, at 5952 Stephen View, working at UPS. They gonna lock your ass up. You signed you signed a bond for $75,000.
What you say? I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
You signed a bond. You signed a bond for Morris Griffin. Okay, bitch, keep on playing. Play if you want. Cause I'll find your picture too. I'm gonna go to the bonding company and get these pictures so I can put them on the screen good. Cause y'all can't see him good. Tiffany, hey baby, I love you. Yeah, his address at one time. Let's see if he answered his phone. What this reminds me of my bounty hunting days. This is so much fun.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in service. If you feel you've received this message in error, please hang up.
All right, if you know the whereabouts of Morris Griffin, male black, about 145 pounds, 5 feet, he's a little short thing, born 5/14/78. There is a warrant out for his arrest, and you can get a reward. Okay, get a reward. Tail on his ass. Easter coming up. You can get your Easter outfit. Catherine Hazlett signed the warrant. It's called one of his references here. I need to create a whole show for this.
I'm sorry. The person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
I think I'm going to create a whole show separate from this.
I'm sorry. The person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Call from
Clapback Distributions.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yes, who is this? Who is this? Who is this?
Hey, man. Hey, look, man. Pardon the body, man. Don't click on me, man, cause I know I'm interrupting.
Well,
it's blocked, man.
Wait a minute. Motherfucker, you know you interrupted me. What the fuck you calling me for?
Look, hold up, man. Hold up. Just give me a second, man. I'm just trying to give you some clout right now, man. Look, this your thing right here, man. This your thing. Look, it's so much crime and shit in Memphis. It's so much crime around there, man. And then to do your works. Look, this is a good thing right here, man. I think you should dedicate a whole lot of this show to getting these niggas off the street. These niggas before I kill them. Cause the one of these motherfucking young niggas breaking my motherfucking car, I'm gonna kill one of these niggas. And the same women, listen to me now, the same women that's on your show right now listening to you, the same women that's on your show listening to you now, they know damn well they kids are the motherfuckers you talking about. They know they kids are the motherfuckers you talking about. Now, I'm gonna say this. Before one of your motherfucking kids get killed, y'all need to put these little motherfuckers on and get them in some therapy or something. But anyway, I just want to give you a shout out, man, and say, man, look, this your thing right here, man. I understand that you follow all the lady shit that go on in Memphis, which is cool. Now, I respect that. You know, the lady shit you supposed to jump on. But this your itch right here. This your itch, man. You gonna get some money out of this. Cause all them other branding companies, they gonna jump on your dick. They gonna jump on your dick because you gonna get some of these niggas off the street. You gonna get some of these niggas locked up. And man, I'm sorry, pardon the body. And you know what I'm saying? For me calling you while you're doing your thing, I'm just trying to give you a shout, man. I appreciate it. Keep it up.
Thank you, bro. I thought my wife was vacationing. And I see her on the page. Thank you, bro. But I think I'm going to create another show just for this that I can do on here and Facebook, and then I'm gonna put these mug shots. So he gonna shoot you little motherfuckers. All right. Did I do Leroy? Leroy on a $1,300 bond. Did I talk to his daddy last night? Melody, this other guy was looking for, got some blockers as references. Let's see. Let me call up in Militant. Oh. This is a new part of the show, but like I said, I'm not going to take as much long, but this was an open night. I didn't really have no real subject. I done gave y'all a lesson on what to do when you die, and another lesson on the going when you die or when you're dead or you're going to die. The funeral home that you're going to, make sure you done seen some of their bodies. I think this is I listen with your family. I got some references on this bond here for $75,000. Got two blockers, Laura and Tiva and Lisa Blocker. And the man that we're looking for, his name is Morris Griffin. Y'all remember when they had the Crime Buster magazine? They made thousands of dollars a month with the advertising that went around it. Let's see. Who's that been called? That didn't work. All right. Hopefully, I'm going to. I got to be at Shop and Save tomorrow, so I'm gonna go downtown to the bonding company and get the hard pictures so that I can make a commercial. Daddy Bear's Most Wanted. Something. I'm gonna come with a. Is you winning anything, Melanie? I think, Anita, I don't know what happened to the paper. Hell, I was in there a couple of times. But it was built around lawyers, advertising, and all of that. This here look like a clean cut fella here. 3,000. We got about $7,000 in bonds. This indemnitor is a girl by the name of April out of Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Hello?
I'm trying to reach April Jeffries.
Hello?
Yes, I'm trying to reach April Jeffries. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Are you April Jeffries?
Your phone is breaking up bad. I cannot hear this.
Okay.
I cannot hear.
Well, it might be because you got all this noise in the background. Is this April Jeffries? Ma'am, are you Miss Jeffries? Oh no, you ain't gonna hang up now.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Let's set it up.
I'm sorry, but the person you called.
It's all right. I'll call you on your job tomorrow. April Jeffries of Olive Branch, Mississippi. You say you work at Baptist Hospital. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna put this picture on the screen. I need to play some commercials. Y'all tired of this anyway, ain't you? I'm trying to teach y'all how to die. This is a paid by A Plus Bonding Company. All you other bonding companies, y'all need to write some checks too. I will create a whole nother show. Whole nother show. Whole nother show. Just so it is. Miss Thompson?
Yes.
This is Thaddeus Matthews. How are you? Well, goddamn. Y'all some rude people.
Yes, you reached 901-350-3990. Sorry, I have missed your call. But at the sound of the beep, will you please leave me a detailed message with your name, phone number, and the purpose of your call? Thank you. Have a blessed day. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
I couldn't tell this time whether this is Felicia Thompson or Mr. Thompson. But Ms. Thompson, I'm sure you have been in contact with A Plus Bonding, and I'm going to put the pictures up, and on social media, I'm going to put your name and your address and where you work as the person who wrote the bond, paid for the bond on this person that's running from the law. And I want you to also know that according to Tennessee Annotated Code 39-15-415, if you're harboring a fugitive, it's against the law. And the bonding company can charge you, Felicia. Damn, Felicia. Do you want to go to jail for this ugly ass girl here?
Lightning has been detected near your location.
Yeah, lightning gonna get you. That's what's gonna happen. Lightning gonna strike you. Okay. All right. It's gonna keep up. I'm gonna keep on until we catch her. It's called the catcher cloak.
Call phone. To accept, press 1. To send phone.
Who is this? Who is this? I like that too. Bear trap. Okay. My repo and bounty hunting company back in the day was called Gotcha. All right. Well, it's hung up in my face. Like I ain't nobody.
Unknown caller.
What the fuck you want?
To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1.
What do you want?
Press 2.
Okay, I don't want to touch you nobody. All right, let me take care of some commercials, then I'm open up the phone lines. And we will be right on back.
I need everybody's attention now, yeah. Ladies, I need you listening. Yeah. Fellows, I need y'all listening too. Listen now. March the 31st, West Love is gonna be down in Memphis, Tennessee. I said March 31st in Memphis, Tennessee, West Love will be in the building for the Cousin Pastor's birthday bash. I don't want you to miss it, so call your mamas, your grandmamas, your aunties, and all your cousins. Tell them that girl in them red boots is on the way, and I don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now.
This is Thaddeus Matthews, and I'm here with Levon. You told me that you've been suffering from erectile dysfunction for how many years?
Almost 10 years.
It hadn't been working properly for 10 whole years.
That's right.
Tell me what happened, man.
When I bought some of that Erector coffee,
yeah,
and they cured me.
Wait a minute. You bought some Erector coffee, and the problem that you've had for 10 years was cured.
It went away.
With one cup of coffee?
One cup.
How long did it take for you to feel the effects?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
That's right.
And now you can have sex whenever you get ready.
That's right.
How did your wife feel when you took the Erector?
Surprised.
10 whole years. So you're telling my audience that Erector really works.
It really works.
Yours wasn't working for 10 whole years correctly.
That's right.
And you took one cup of coffee, of the Erector coffee, and now it's working.
It's working.
You've been using these Viagra.
Which I'm going to throw away now.
You're going to throw these Viagra's away.
Throw them away.
Was there any side effect?
Yeah, on that.
Side effects with Viagra. But did you have any side effects with the Erector?
No whatsoever.
Would you recommend that any man that has an erectile dysfunction problem get him some Erector?
I would advise him to do it now.
This man's not ashamed. He had a problem for 10 years having an erection. One cup of Erector coffee, and now he's a happy man. How many days will it last for you?
3 days.
You sure you done worked it for 3 days?
3 days.
3 days it worked for you?
That's right.
And you finna go and get yourself down, ain't you?
Still going strong.
Still going strong. That's Yvonne. And we're gonna make sure that you stay erect with Erector.
Get it, y'all.
If your soldier won't study war no more, I mean your erection is dead. Well, for $10, go by Shop and Save, $14.99 South 3rd, and let it live once again. So many of our young men and women are being killed on the streets of Memphis, and loved ones are left begging for a way to either bury or cremate them, because while they have insured their cars and their phones, they have failed to insure themselves. Well, there is no excuse. Call Joe with Lincoln Heritage Funeral Advantage. Joe can get your loved one insured for $30,000 for as little as $15 per month. Or even if your loved one is a male between the ages of 18 or 25, he can be insured for $30 per month with a $160,000 accidental rider for only $30. Females, $25. Lincoln Heritage is affordable and has fixed rates, lifetime coverage, no examinations, no waiting period on most cases, coverage for all ages up to 100 years of age, fast claim payments, 24 to 36 hours. Also, Joe has a senior hardship plan, even for fixed income families. Call Joe right now. Make sure you put this number down. Joe with Lincoln Heritage, 901-864-0090. That's area code 901-864-0090. Call Joe. When death comes to your family and you're left in charge of putting together a celebration of life program, you want that program to be memorable, beautiful, and to project the marvelous life that your loved one lived. Well, for your funeral program, you don't have to search or look around. You just need to call the obituary queen, D. Ferris of Ferris Media and Marketing and Alpha Omega Monuments. D takes pride in special design and production of your loved one's memorable program. After the funeral, and your loved one is buried, and you want that burial spot to be memorialized forever, call D for your monument. D. Ferris and Ferris Media and Marketing Management can take care of all of your print needs, both church and professional. And anything that you need, D can get it done. You're looking for a graphic expert? Call D at 901-440-6643. That's 901-440-6643, or go by 2960 Chelsea at Wofford.
All right. This is the one you've been waiting for. Everybody's been talking about. The original one I do on the
Mike Zucker.
on Hot 107.1 with Dr. Harrington.
Mike.
Get the hell out of my office. You want it? Here
Mike.
we go. Value.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
Some guy. Some guy.
Okay.
Some guy comes up to my office with a contrived media stunt, demanding that I
Yes,
come
you can.
out, and he's very
Yes, you can.
nasty.
Who
to
called
my
him?
staff. How do you think I'm going to feel? Do you think I'm going to be pleasing for him to be in my office? No. I meant just what I said. He needs to get the hell out of my office. Get the hell out of my office. Get the hell out of my office. Get the hell out of my office.
Who?
He needs to get the hell out of my office.
I didn't. I called him live on there.
This is the Cussing Pastor. You know, are you looking for good furniture to just relax in, or a good mattress to roll in the hay with, or as the young folks say, to get busy in? Well, the place to go is 901 Home Furniture and Mattress, located at 7215 Winchester Road, right across from them other folks that you can go see what they got and come across the street and have their deal beat. At 901, they have every type of furniture piece that you need. They've got recliners, they've got sofas, they've got end tables, they've got everything you need. In fact, if you want to put some nice pictures up on the wall, they have that at 901 Furniture and Mattress. One of the biggest features that they have at the 901 is a massage and vibrating chair. It reduces your stress and your anxiety. It eases your back and your neck pain. It even improves your sleep and increases your circulation and range of motion. And ladies, I bet you never had a vibrator this big. At 901, they have mattresses of all types. And I'm talking about name brand mattresses and bed. Ooh, I like this bed I'm in right now. It's vibrating. And guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, any position you want the bed to be in, any position you want to be in, you need to go to 901 and get this mattress right here, or get any of the vast mattresses that they have. The best prices on furniture and mattresses is found at 901 Furniture and Mattresses. In fact, when you come in and tell them that you listen to the Thaddeus Matthews Show, you get the Cussing Pastor discount. Just spin the wheel, and wherever it lands, you get a discount. Remember, credit is not an option. You can get approved for up to $5,000 credit, no matter how bad your credit is, but we hope that it's good or fairly well, but you're still going to be accepted at 901. No credit is needed. So when you're looking for good furniture or a good mattress, the only place to go where you get the best discounts is 901 Home Furniture and Mattresses. They're located again at 7215 Winchester Road, or give them a call at 901-279-8279. That's 901-279-8279.
Come celebrate Thaddeus Matthews, a.k.a. the Custom Pastor's 66th birthday. Friday, March 31st, 8 p.m. at La Place Ballroom and Event Center. Starring Wes Love, Summer Wolf, O.B. Buchanan, Miss Jody, Stan Butler, and the PC Band. A star-studded 66th birthday celebration for the Custom Pastor, Thaddeus Matthews. Friday night, March 31st, 8 p.m. at La Place Ballroom and Event Center, 5841 Sycamore View in Summer, right behind Church's Chicken. Tickets are $40 general admission, $50 at the door, $66 VIP, $450 for a table of 9. Tickets sold for last December show can be used as general admission tickets. Tickets on sale at 901 Furniture, 7215 Winchester Road. Shop and save, $14.99 South 3rd and Parkway, or get them online now at CustomPasture.com.
All right, I will be at Shop and Save at 12 o'clock on tomorrow. Okay, 12 o'clock. I'm hungry now. My wife left me some stuff that I could boil and make me some stuff. But I was going to go down to Dodgers and give me some of them, about 10 pieces of that, them little pieces of chicken, some potatoes, and, oh well. But have I educated y'all tonight? Have I given you information? You got any questions about dying that you want to ask me? You can call me. I think I've told you about everything that you need. About everything. Maybe you want well, it's no, those are, but you know, I like Dodgers. If it ain't raining, I might go down there and get me some. Yeah, Tony, come on down there tomorrow. Anything else that y'all on this death and dying, get your pre-need. Let me give you another thing too. If you have an insurance, with a insurance company, or you say you got insurance through a funeral home, your insurance policy can be used with any funeral home. Okay? Tony, most funeral homes represent a pre-need company. They do not own those companies. And your money is put into a trust with the pre-need company so that when you die, that money, if you went to XYZ funeral home and got the pre-need, but you go to ABC funeral home, your pre-need is good there also. Again, you want to make sure that you have an itemization of funerals, what the embalming is going to cost, how much is the removal of the body, okay, how much are the limousines. Now,
White funeral homes don't do all that shit, picking you up and shit. You have to go to the funeral home, then get in the car, and they bring you back. They ain't finna take you to no goddamn repairs and all that shit. Mm-mm. They ain't gonna do all that. When a person died in the hospital or at home, what the first thing you do? When they die, the first thing you do is call the undertaker, baby. Okay? Call the undertaker. Now, let me give you something on the if your loved one dies in the hospital. Let me give you this. If your loved one dies in the hospital and you are not sure of what funeral home you want, let them take that body downstairs to the morgue. Okay? Let them take that body to the morgue. Now, many folk, like when my auntie died, I had the funeral home to pick her up out of the room. I was at NJ Ford and Sons at that time. So I had Ford pick up. When my mama died, Ed, I was associated with Ed. Ed sent, in fact, Daniel Marshall came to the house and got my mother there. Okay? But if your parents die in the hospital and you're not sure of what funeral home you want, let your loved one go to the morgue. Okay? If you got it, Tiffany, I was reading at what you were saying. I have some good insurance policy. I need to go and write my will for my children. Let me give you this. Do not leave your beneficiary. If your child is a minor child, do not make your minor child your beneficiary. Okay? A minor child has no authority upon death. They can't make the decisions. That's the reason that a will is important. Because you need to have it itemized if there is an adult that is going to carry out the business of your death, then have that person noted. Okay? On your insurance policy, you can make them a beneficiary of X number of dollars. If your insurance policy is $50,000 and you've got a sister or someone that's going to be the beneficiary or going to carry your business out, that you can itemize on your policy that, let's say, you want no more than $15,000 spent on your funeral, that your loved one, can get the $15,000. The other goes into a trust until your child is 18 or 21. You can break beneficiaries or allocations of money up. Okay. All right. Morris Griffin is making good Now you tell me the show don't work. Mars Griffin, I can take Mars Griffin off of the list with all these blockers as family members. Catherine Hazlett, that work at UPS, we can take him off the list. Told you this shit work. Okay. All right. Y'all need to be sending me some class money, not gas, class. $ Naked Truth Ministry. Because I'm giving y'all some shit y'all pastors ain't gonna give y'all. I'm giving in the subject I didn't touch on. I told y'all to make sure when you get your grave that you tell the people that we ain't gonna buy his grave. Oh, you need to tell the funeral home too. If y'all gonna be rushing us at the cemetery, we gonna find somebody else that ain't got 20 funerals on one day. Because they rush you, because if you got 4 or 5 funerals going on at the same time, I did it 1,000 times. You're rushing, those cars are rushing to get out of the cemetery. I was a hearse driver. So I just drop your ass off and go on to the next church and get the next body to take it to the hole. The funeral home.
Caller.
What Al want? Al?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
What you want, Al?
How you doing, Pastor? Pastor, I just wanted to tell you this. As I'm watching your show earlier, the guy was telling you that about the bodies being not next to one another, and you are absolutely correct because it's a fallacy that people don't believe it. I was in the military for 6 years, and I was stationed in Washington State. There's a national cemetery in Seattle called Evergreen. And when you go out there, all of the tombstones are so convenient next to one another that it is hard to tell. And a lot of our Navy vets prefer to be buried at sea because of that main reason, because most of the tombstones, the bodies are buried on top of one another, not next to each other. So yes, you are correct.
I knew I was correct.
Yes. There's another national cemetery in Washington State, in Kent, Washington, called Tahoma. It's the same way. A lot of
all military cemeteries have the same rules. We have 2 military cemeteries here. One is called West Tennessee, which is the latest one that is built, because the other military funeral cemetery on Jackson Street here in Memphis is full. And the only people that are going there is survivors, and their husbands or their wives are already buried there, and they're going to be buried with their spouse. That's what goes on. All right, Al, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
All right. I didn't say I was wrong. Okay. But it happens. And Harold Ford had a saying: when people die and families, that upon death, all family members suffer from temporary insanity. Okay? Temporary insanity. Now, because under this stage of temporary insanity, a funeral home can get whatever they can get out you. Now, funeral homes like to see families who have not been, let's say your mama died, you wouldn't give your mama a cold drink of water when she was living. Now you feel guilty. So in your guilt, you want to spend all the insurance money making folks think that you really love your mama, and you putting your mama away. Oh, did you see the way Bronquisha put Millie away? Ooh, sure did put her away nice. When I die, my man gonna die too, so we can be buried on top of each other. No, baby, they'll dig it over. They'll open it again. Go on, die and get the hole comfortable. Shit. Right, you're all right. You're right. Sell into your emotions. It's a right. It's a business. Let me tell you something. When y'all see folks that die and they don't have a funeral for 2 or 3 weeks, that means they didn't have no monies. Damn, it's 20 minutes after 9. Y'all don't tell me. Y'all don't even look at me and tell me what time it is. I'm 20 minutes over. Damn. Damn. I just happened to look at the time. Don't leave, shit. Well, it really ain't like I got something to do. Nope, don't leave. Y'all ain't contributing to my staying here. Now y'all contributing to my staying here. I'm gonna have to eat. I don't get no rain. So, but I do want you to be knowledgeable about certain things. I want you to be knowledgeable. I want you to be knowledgeable. It's raining. Well, Mel know I ain't no cook, so is that thunder? I got some smoked sausage and stuff down there. Somebody said rain, cats, and dogs. Rent my casket, then burn me up. Okay. All right. Anything else y'all need to know? You need to ask me something real quick, and it's sensible. 901-231-9239. And I grew up in the funeral business, so I've been around funeral homes, and I know the practices. Cremate you and throw the ashes in the but when you go pick your mama them ashes up, how you know it's your mama's ashes? See, because when you cremate it, if you had a stillborn, one or two things happen. Either that was cremation, or either they used bodies for science. Can't use none of my body parts for science. Shit,
Press 1. Press 2.
True, what's up?
Hey, Pastor. I may have missed this, and if I did, I apologize, but I wanted to know from you. As far as, like, I don't have a plot, does that being buried on top of a loved one just go for military?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Okay. I wanted to know from you because I know you've been in the funeral business for many years. So, just for the military.
Yeah, truly, go get your, if you go to some of these black funeral homes, they bury it upside down. Go get your plot.
I'm going to be out at, there's where my mom and dad is, off Germantown Parkway at Memphis Funeral Home in Memory Gardens.
Okay. Thank you, Drew.
All right. Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate it.
Let me give y'all something else that just hit my mind. A lot of times when your loved one dies in the hospital, before they remove the body, somebody will come around to your room and ask you if you want to be a tissue donor. Listen to what I'm saying. They ask you if you want to be a tissue donor. You do not want to be a tissue donor. Tissue or donor is different than being an organ donor. Organ donor, they get your heart and your eyes and stuff. So I ain't gonna be now, cause my heart ain't no damn good. My eyes ain't been good since I was 8 years old. So, but you don't want to give your tissue out. Why? First of all, they're making money off the tissue. Second of all, when the funeral home gets your deceased body, there is no bones, there is nothing but flab. Okay? Nothing but flab. All of the tissue has been removed from the body. So I don't recommend anything like that. I ain't giving up nothing. I'm going on back with all that the Lord sent me here with. It don't work like it used to. None of it. But Lord, here I is. I'm back. Say I can get me some new weak feet so I can walk all around heaven all day. But then what I need to walk, I'm supposed to be getting some wings. Fit me for my wings so I can fly away and be at rest. Okay. Take my eyes, then I get to him. I can't see. Tell me, just behold his face. I ain't gonna. If you take my eyes, how am I gonna see Jesus? Don't that make sense? I just got two holes in there. Is that you, Jesus? I guess I just touched the hem of your garment. Understand that when your body dies, all of your body does not die at the same time. Fingernails still grow, hair still grow. Okay. But everybody dies of heart failure. I don't give a damn if you get shot in the head. You still going to die because of heart failure. Tiffany asked me, is it true hearing is the last thing to go? I ain't never been dead, so I don't know if you can still hear. Motherfuckers, is he dead? Touch him. He looked like he did. And if you're going to kill yourself, but you want a film, if you're going to shoot yourself in the head or in the face, and you want to have a film when you die, don't shoot yourself on the right side of your head. This is the viewing side. Okay? What did I say, class? This is the viewing side right here. If you're going to just shoot yourself on this side, draw it back so that the undertaker can put some cosmetics on it and cover up the hole. But if you shoot yourself on this side, everybody gonna see the hole. Okay. I just thought I pass that on to you. Okay? All right. All right. Tiff, why do folks' mouth look funny in the coffin? Well, several reasons. What you die of, and some folk smile. They're glad to go. I'm going to go see Jesus.
Send a voicemail, press 2.
Yeah, so it says, who is this? Man, cut that TV down in the background. Oh, you can't hear me? Cut that goddamn TV down in the background. Man, cut that shit down in the background. Cut the damn. Man, cut the TV down in the background. Man, you being dumb shit. You're standing up under the TV or something. You're listening to the news or something. God damn. It do be glue on it till back in the olden days, the old undertakers used to stitch the mouth closed. As embalming progressed, super glue became the instrumentation that was used. You know, you put just some super glue down here. Then you hold the lips in place. You put up when the eyes. You will put a eyeball cap under the eye. Little cap, little white cap, so that because your eyeball sinks. So you put a eyeball cap under your eyelid so that it maintains the shape of the eye. Then you glue it there. Most of y'all used to glue on your eyelids anyway. Most of y'all, them ain't real titties, because most of y'all titties done drop. So you get you some newspaper and put it in there in your bra so that your titties stand up. Is there anything wrong with kissing a loved one in the casket? It's your loved one. Kiss them if you want. I kiss my mama. If he was murdered and there was an autopsy, you know, they take a saw and cut all of this off. Zzz, zzz. They pull this off. Okay. Because in the autopsy, they take your brain out. Okay. And when the body comes to the funeral home, ain't nothing in there. So we take some sawdust or take some newspaper and put it in there. The funny papers, you know, the Ebony, Playboy, all that. We put that up there in the top of your head and stitch your head back together. Hopefully if you got some hair, then, you know, you can, and he's a good undertaker, you can cover all that up. All right, can I go now? Because y'all can quit contributing to your education. Y'all ain't playing your educational funds tonight. Some of y'all brains don't weigh much, so. Okay. Lord have mercy. Well, you're educated tonight. This is one of my more educational. You see why I'm Dr. Matthews, don't you? It's probably going to Sacramento. I think it's in June for the graduation. I get my hat, my thing, or whatever it is, at the Sacramento School of Theology. So, yeah. So y'all know. Yeah, they put glasses on you in the casket. They put the big hats on you in the casket. But don't put no real jewelry on the dead people, because it will not make it to the hole. If you want them to flash, buy some good zirconia. Don't put no real diamonds and rubies on the dead people. They put my cousin's purse and phone with her. Well, boy, that motherfucker went to ringing and the casket open. All you motherfuckers would run. All right, I think we've had a good show tonight. Will y'all join me on the radio in the morning? I hope so. Go down here and ease down the step. I put my dad's guitar in the casket with him and his Stetson. Well, damn, Natasha, when he gets up there, he ain't gonna need no haul. He gonna just strike out. Da-doom, 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 da-doom. All right. Yeah, that's what them gang members do, Sean. Put poke Cat Hennessy in the grave. I remember we had them gang boys. They come by the casket and open, putting bottles of Hennessy in the casket, putting money on his inside pocket or under the pillow. Y'all think that Hennessy made it to the graveyard? The hell? Shit. Huh. Then they get the. I remember one of the funniest things is that I'm finna go. I was down to Al Green's church, where the body, and the guy that died was a homosexual. He was a male. He dressed like a woman all the time. So all of the pallbearers were men dressed as women. So we coming out to church, the little mothers leading, and we got to a part where the casket wouldn't roll. You had to pick the casket up. And the men who were dressed as women picked the casket up and threw it in the sky. I remember a little old mother said, "Lord, them show is some strong ass women." Good night, y'all.
If you wanna